New ways of unearthing natural gas are not only creating a boom in that industry, but changing calculations for U.S. companies in a wide range of industries. There are also potential environmental impacts, both positive and negative. The Post's Steve Mufson has been writing about all that and joins us now. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
One of the interesting things you've written about is that natural gas seems to be doing something that environmentalists couldn't do, which is close coal plants.
Absolutely. I mean, we've been battling over some of these plants for years. The Salem Harbor plant has been the subject of these fights forever, and it's where Mitt Romney famously said, "I'm opposed to jobs that rely on this coal plant because, quote, that plant kills people." And at the time, he was trying to prevent them from getting a 2-year extension, and 10 years later, that plant is still functioning, but its days are numbered now because of the cheap natural gas.
Yeah, so to be clear, it's because natural gas has just become so cheap, it's pricing out coal.
Pricing out coal, it's pricing out a lot of renewables, it's pricing out nuclear, it's pricing out everything. It's really changed everyone's calculations about the energy business.
So why and why now?
Well, why? Because we have this new techniques of tapping shale gas. This is the natural gas that's trapped in shale rock. And that's really increased our supplies of natural gas tremendously.
And you have this amazing statistic. In 2000, 2% was shale of natural gas. In 2012, it's 37%.
Right, absolutely. I mean, most forecasters expected us to be importing natural gas in the form of liquefied natural gas by now, and instead we're overflowing. The storage tanks are overflowing.
And how much have these prices come down?
Generally, in the last decade, prices are quite high. Now they're down to $3, $3.50, $3.80 right now, but they were down as low as $2 over the summer. On an energy basis, it's about 1/5 the cost of oil.
Many of us have heard about the potential problems with fracking and drinking water specifically, some other environmental concerns. What does your reporting say about how much of a problem this is, and then what are the concerns that this could get in the way of this boom, either because of regulation or real environmental problems?
Well, the industry's worried about it, and they talk about it a lot. The biggest issue is water and how the drilling affects water. There are different ways that can happen. Part of it's through possible chemical contamination while you're actually fracturing the rock. But probably the most important issue is what happens to the water that comes back up the well after you've injected it down to get things going.
I mean, there have been perhaps sensational reports of people literally lighting their drinking water on fire. Some of these deposits are connected to the Northeast, New York City drinking water, where there are tens of millions of people who could be affected. Are those alarmist concerns, or are those real potential problems?
Even a relatively small amount of a number of mistakes could be very significant. And I think especially if you're talking about a resource as incredibly valuable as the New York City watershed, that's a place where I would think people would take an extreme amount of care. Not only is this a natural resource, but it's has a huge economic value. Replacing doing
if New York couldn't drink water.
Yeah, it would be an incredible economic disaster as well as environmental disaster.
Do you have another story in the series?
Yeah, there'll be 2 more stories in this series, all designed to describe a little bit of the economic benefit. There are very real and very important economic benefits for the United States to continue having these supplies.
All right, look forward to those. Thanks.
Okay, thanks.